then I wear that power. President Gay, via get together, this again. I say, oh, me, I'm right. And by doing you, I'm a patriot of Madrid, when you learn it goes away. Alazaibo, that Gianna, we say you. Papa Mora, get up when anywhere, Mamba Sibole. Sibole. L'arrangeur parmi national, très trop fort. Puis à quoi me one by say so where there you are, yeah. I want Zaibo. There you. Do a web play you for Papa Monia. Papa Yingita, petit, brother Fessoni. Kainaka. Pena paya posa gogo mambo panjago Apo blo akafoi Wa posa nyoka foi Pe afonte mwa mandi opo kleju kiyen Nyonjo si mwen Posto kaka tuyo we atrinyo di owo Emo o Nese tokan Is a coco, where they have it. Go on, yeah, I can't salute. But you got that 3 or 4 thing on the one. Emma, that's a token. Now, with the is a coco, where they have it. Go on, yeah, can you get? Now, getting your bed when I know sound family on it. Yeah, I do. Let's do what we just got the one. Are you an owl? Taibo Bodakiano, and now we say you over. I want to your Kamala, need a boy. Again, yes, I'm going to buy the Benwege. Hey, am I gay? What I guess me, I'm going to end it the well. Oh. Bobo that Giano and I will say you. So like it, I'm going to never went. Netoni and Rayo. Hey, are you? A book like that, say, oh, yeah, I'm a walking about. Kaidaka, when it was to work, I go to let you know halfway. I just know. This is what I say. Bobo, yeah. You like do I get more by one name on tele by Potamu, Kanyada. Planning Papa, Renegasia, Pacao Lage, the Buesipo, the BSCB. There's no yes, you don't look enough one. There was a bob was a Dressio, Mammo, Palipo, that Giano, and I will say you over. I will. Saibo. But you are like a blind, so say. I just want to lay a but you are not from your city, okay? Wait, you, Ivo, Saibo, and they didn't go from where John B. Banglo. On the Krian, I walk like a bad day, noir. So what I said. So, the man, you're naturally clever to play. Say. Saibo that Giano and I will say you over. I'm done in it. Where are you? Two away. I know Russell. Baby, Russell. South Africa, your fault. And you're for you won't be and my one. I'm a pope and Yahoo. Don't feel it. I say, oh, Clavodio. Say, back you were clear. We are coming. Saibo that Giano and I will say you over. Aba pepo swero ninde swero kwa muzo dumange tota siko bala kabojo wase pepo swero muzo bloke say ya re ase pa ye no gen monde ye yo pample yo te monde ya now ariwo ase o pa ye amo amora da o Saibo that Giano and I will say you. I wish the rule of the yo, my Saibo. Is a mayo. That was the Yasu so won't on you. Amora Ginola.
Alors, il a fait un son pour Mobile Production.
Arrangé Eric Lodé. Le don de Dieu pour la musique de l'Ouest. Je te détesterai jamais. Jamais, jamais, au grand jamais. Mobile Production. Abia dia au bois. Amunyandro. Moi, toi, Pierre. Pierre, mon moyen. Moyen. Pierre, mon moyen. A toi, Pierre, qui a volé. Pierre, mon moyen. Ah, Pierre, oui. Ndato Pierre se prononcer. A toi, Pierre, qui a volé. A Postia, oh. Moyen. Pierre, mon moyen. Moi, ça vaut ça, il connaît. Mon moyen. Pierre, qui m'a volé. M'envoyez-moi. Ah, Pierre, qui m'a volé. M'envoyez-moi. Eh, Pierre, oui. Ah, qui a volé. Pierre, mon moyen. La poche yo ji avere, so no juni emble. Mo bli amado bet chaple. Jamone chipanyon ne. Mo waja chipanyon ne. Ja, plebone na kanyopo. Siabu chena, de kanywe. Kanyon de koge se perdu de ya. Pierre mo moye. Pierre mo moye. Pierre mo moye. Ogarba oya wesa. Moye chiblo no piyon boba. Terbono. Ma boye ble Pierre we. Pierre mo moye. Mon ble condition. Oh Pierre mon ble production. Asa o plano. Ya oya ke lo mu lo koje. Pierre mo moye. Pierre mo moye. Pierre mo moye. Erico na Pierre moye. Ah Charlico na Pierre moye. A to Pierre moye. Ajabe atia nyoro abade ki abudi ye ono homono ne ka double ye so bo somo soble so danyo paseble asenyo na yeta esa ye libo sanele e to piero jawe ke to piero point so weke to piero yiwa mo pa kaya no e ka sene la taya mo la osiane to piero di agba ile papa ko ya o a to piero moye. Angela qui Chéro, maman je sais t'en es qui Handa Nicolas, mais au tia Madame Nicolas, t'en es qui Nicolas, Breto, Yamo, au toit qui N'a pas de moyens Bravo, y'en la giri, agia, agaro Moye, caro moye, 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 moye Moye, 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 caro moye, moye, allez, moye, moye
Sana bata wo ayeye. Nyakeye sa bata wo ayeye. Sigo. Lewo. Deli abo glalu mo we yo panya o. Banja lo ye ta yo boke ayene. When you get your mind wa. I draw. Kebo, Mose went to say Ponga. On your lawyer, that you both get one and what was that you about that you are born on your joke? I did a papa batao. I ate it. Was say a man on the old man on the old. Yes, then, one would know. Yes, you, I listen now. Poor dear, on your body when you're the ya jasu eto wa jase bo pere jasu to wa dalu e de lo yin asu wa jasu when you be your man wa o papa o I know say me o okay ya jasa e mo lo yan ba aye ide so be wa o mo le kebo mo de wa we. Sana bata wo ayeye. Nyakeye sa bata wo ayeye. Sigo. Lewo. Deli abo glalu mo we yo panya o. Banja lo ye ta yo boke ayene. When you get your mind wa. I draw. Kebo, Mose went to say Ponga. On your lawyer, that you both get one and what was that you about that you are born on your joke? I did a papa batao. I ate it. Was say a man on the old man on the old. Yes, then, one would know. Yes, you, I listen now. Poor dear, on your body when you're the ya jasu eto wa jase bo pere jasu to wa dalu e de lo yin asu wa jasu when you be your man wa papa o I know say me o okay ya jasa e mo lo yan ba aye ide so be wa o mo le kebo mo ble wa we.
Good evening, folks. The radio again all day again this evening. We want to thank. And you think I can't dance? I can still shake it. Welcome. Thank you. But I'm out of breath. My legs are hurting right now. Jesus. I haven't done this thing for a very long time. Anyway, good evening. Thank you for joining us this evening. It's a wonderful Friday afternoon. If you don't have to be anywhere this evening, please stay with us. We'll do our best here this evening. Entertain you, enlighten you, and most importantly, welcome you on LIBERIA Public Radio, because this is what we do. Folks, safety. But before I go on to safety, two things I want to point out here quickly. There are those brothers and sisters that usually on the afternoon gather at Nathaniel Cryport House, and I'm going to go ahead and speak our dialect to them now. If that, okay, let me go on to the next one. I also want to say happy birthday to our own sister, Doris Yali, Madam Yali, wherever you are this evening. Happy birthday to you as well. And thank you for all of your support of LIBERIA Public Radio. We appreciate it. We can't let that go without that. Anyhow, let's go on safety, folks. It's very important. By this time, I hope that your antifreeze windshield wiper fluid. Those things are all taken care of. Also, the heating system is over now. The heating time is over. So hopefully you don't have to go checking thermostat and what have you. So those come later. But most importantly, you're coming from the winter, going to summer or whatever it is, you have to change tires. Don't forget that. It's very important. You make sure your windshield blade, the windshield wiper blades are very good. Sharp, brand new. If not, they're not expensive. 16, 17, 18. Now, some of them go up to hundreds of dollars. I'm not saying go get those, but get something that will work for you. Okay? Again, make sure in your car you have water and you also have flashlight and blankets with you at all times because you never know what's going to happen. Let's get going here, folks. I want to thank all of you again this evening that continue to join us still with us on LIBERIA Public. This is a very interesting topic tonight. I'm going to somehow diverge myself from the usual program, which is the roadway. Something interesting is happening. You know, it's good sometimes to continue to read. Okay? Try your best to read. Because there's things that have been happening within the last 2 days. Set 2 articles from 2 different Monreal's newspaper website. One is from Front Page Africa, and say whatever you want to say about Front Page Africa, that's your business, that's not mine. One is from Daily Observers. 2 interesting subject matter that make me feel like deja vu all over. We're starting again. Folks, this is very interesting. Now you can see, Mr. Stowe, you're being nervous for no reason. You're being somehow, your speculation is driving you nuts. So relax. That kind of stuff never going to happen anymore. We're all sophisticated nowadays. We'll not let anybody pull wolves over our eyes. If that's his reason, if that's so, then thank God. Then I want to say thank you. We appreciate it. But for me, our old people have a saying in our area. When you go somewhere at night, something bites you. Maybe not snake or something. But even in the daytime, when you get in that same spot, your nervous system start working because you're afraid, okay, is that thing still there? So we have been bitten by political, whatever you want to call them, twice before. And we were not able, my opinion, Liberians were not able to quickly recognize what was happening. By the time they recognized what was happening, we were so deep in it was difficult to get out. Because the wound of the Civil War was so deep that it was just difficult to get out. But as God could have it, Liberians saw reason to stop the killing. Folks, I'm not saying we are there yet. But these are kinds of stuff, what I'm going to be talking about tonight. Pay close attention to it, please. This is not your usual roadway construction and things like that. This is very deep. And everything that I'm going to be telling you tonight, you can find those type of information on the website. Liberians. You see, I don't consider myself a victim. Believe me, I don't. Because I thank God for the participation of my own relative into Liberian history. And some of us have been able to use that opportunity to better our lives, to better the family lives. So I'm not a victim. However, I might be able to be someone who has the ability to take themselves from a situation and classifies himself not as a victim. But folks, things are happening again. Very interesting things are happening. Some of them are old players are coming back. Some of them are new players. However way it's turning out, people who are in leadership position and will not be able to recognize These kinds of stuff that I'm going to be discussing tonight. Now you can say, Mr. Toll, you're just speculating. Nothing here truth to anything. That's fine with me. But if I see it, I must call it out. And if I'm wrong, then I say thank God. But I'm not. This is a public knowledge. I'm just putting my own experience to work based on these public information. This is not a national. I'm not even national security person anyway. So these are not national security issue that I'm discussing. It's very important. Quite recently, I went on Front Page Africa, and I'll try my best to read it. But before I do that, I want you to understand this. There are forces that are at play right now in Liberia, in my opinion, that if we're not careful, we're going to find ourselves graduating from insulting each other on Facebook to that of the national and international stage, where our own behavior will affect our ability to have development in the country. And guess what? Without development coming into the country, people going to be feeling like they are not part of the system. And anyone who doesn't feel that he's part of this, whatever it is, he has no reason to water it, to take care of it, because he's not part of it. He doesn't feel part of it. So why must he struggle to take care of it? Only development, genuine development, that we're all going to gravitate to will make every one of our brothers and sisters to say they are part of the system. And once they feel part of a system, it'll be difficult for them to destroy it. It's serious. You will say, Mr. After I finish reading, you probably most likely gonna say, Mr. To, what is all these things you talking about? You ain't got no clue. I bet you somebody already saying it now. Okay. But let me go to Front Page Africa and say whatever you want to say about Front Page Africa. Okay. And this is a article that was written about that loan, $536 million loan from the Eaton company. Now, this is what Front Page Africa said that investigators over there in Hong Kong, because that's the base, this company listed as their base and their address. And they're saying that when they sent investigators out there, they didn't find anything. The people listed an address that doesn't exist, and in fact, they're not even there. Very interesting, very interesting. However, they've already, the legislation, our lawmakers, those who supposed to be the buffer between, my opinion, don't take it for what it is. You can agree or disagree. My opinion, those who are considered a buffer between we, the plebeians, the citizens of Liberia, and our leaders, those who supposed to question whatever the leader is doing, have already done their questioning. They already agree with our leadership. They have rectified the loan agreement. The president have already signed it. So there's nothing here that we're going to try to say, let's redo this. It's not possible. But I just want to read this for you, if I can get to it. Okay. Where are we? Okay. All right. It's a new investigation is revealing that from many indications, the government of Liberia signed its financing agreement of $536 million with a German company that is only activated for financial maneuvers. I want you to go on Front Page and read that clearly. Me reading it to you here perhaps will not do a good justice. So besides me going through to read it, because I read it through myself already, and I have a little bit understanding. Maybe my reading, my comprehension level might not even be that great. So there's something here that I'm thinking it is, it might not even be. So you read it for yourself. Okay. Basically, what the author of this investigator is saying, they sent people there in Hong Kong to go look, and when they got there, the address is there. But when they went to the address, And those who are occupied that address made it clear to the investigators that there's no such company at this address. So, but here's the interesting thing. Hong Kong financial industry have that company name in their book, register with that address. So the question that I ask myself, if that's the case, why is it that the Hong Kong government is not getting involved? But that's not me to worry about. I'm just telling you what is there. So they're saying that even though the money is there, but are these people, are they real? Do they have the sophisticated mechanism to make sure that the money is going to be provided? And they give us those who are responsible, that sign for the company. One of them have an address listed in Lagos. He's from Japanese. He's a Japanese, but he has an address listed in Lagos, Nigeria. Okay. Another one has an address. They don't know where he is. Okay. Now that's a loan that is already been signed by the government. And Front Page Africa is saying, whoa, folks, there might be something here that we're not quite aware. But guess what? According to speculation, and I said speculation, who are the advisors? This comment right now that I'm getting ready to pay close attention to, who are the advisors that we know, that we've been reading about? Bright, Emmanuel Shah, those are the top advisors. Okay? Hold on to those names. Folks, hold on to these names. Okay? So when they did that investigation, that's the result they're telling us. It's a lengthy writing. Just go through it. Go through it and read it. And so I started questioning, why is it that the Hong Kong government or the Chinese government, whoever is running Hong Kong, why are they not getting involved? Then I read something quite recently. Yes. Folks, I got my cousin in Philadelphia. I'm not going to call her name. But when we were growing up, my other cousin in Rhode Island, I'm not going to call his name either, we both were learning how to swim. We were little. But my cousin, my older cousin, she's a little bit older than us. She could swim. She could swim with the guys. So we go to this place, a little creek. When I went to Total recently, when I saw that, I started crying. Is this place people used to swim? And then you think, say, you're going to die. I can stay in that water right now and it won't even cover my shoes. But let me go back. So my cousin used to put us on her bike, take us to the middle of the creek, and say, now you're on your own. And you have to try. Now, when you get out of there, your eyes are all red because you've been drinking water. Your stomach is this big. You've been drinking water. You're angry. Well, basically, what she's trying to do for us is life is now guaranteed. You better learn how to swim in the backyard of your father and your mother's house right now, because when you get out and you can't swim, there will be nobody to redeem you or come and save you. Not literally, I'm just figuratively. That's how you learn. We're not. So that's that article about Front Page Africa. I want you guys to pay attention to it. Read that. Now, Front Page Africa, say whatever you want to say about them. For me, I told you guys before, I consider the editor, Randy Shea, I consider him a double-edged sword. Because when the man read it, he read it for us, the crown people. You think, then I don't even want to see him. But he's doing his job. He's writing. Yeah, I get angry because things he would say about my people, I get angry. But he's writing. Then when he read it, he turned the sword to other folks. And I said, yeah, go get him. But when he read it for my side or anything that I'm not in favor of, then I say he's not a good writer. What kind of journalist is this? That's what they call the act. When you draw something and it provokes certain emotion out of people, that's a fine art. So I think Ronnie Shea is doing a wonderful job. That he's not able to please Samson Toe at all times, then he's doing good. So one of the things that I want to say before I move on to the next article is this. Ronnie Shea and Front Page Africa. I'm not saying we should embrace them. And I'm not saying everything that is written by these people are true. But they do these things for you to think. And if you're able to do more research based on whatever information they are providing, you can stand on that and get more information. So I think that for me, if I was in charge of the Republic of Liberian government, I would not be friend with them. They're not my friend, but I would not bother them. I will let him continue to do what he's doing. Because here's what's going to happen. There will come time, somebody that I have trust in will start doing things that are not nice. And what I'm saying is people are going to do investigation. Like I told you, he's a double-edged sword. You don't care who a friend is. You do wrong, you point it out. That's what we need. But here's the downside. Samson too. Here's the downside with that. I consider him as a friend and not a friend. So he's not friend. He's just somebody who writes something. I like his writing. Sometimes I don't like his writing. But here's the interesting thing. I'm a Liberian. So when he writes these things, if they're against me, I don't like it at that moment. But then after a while, I say, okay, well, let's see what he's going to bring next time. But the foreigners, those who are intending to invest in our country, when they see those kinds of stuff, they hold on to it. They're not going to say, okay, next time they're going to write something about something to people. So but they hold on to that. And they question our judgment. Our government of Republic of Liberia is involved in money, financial, whatever, with a company that say we live here, we do business here, and people go find out they're not there. So those investors say, wait a minute, what's going on here? They started questioning. And they're not going to be anxious to pour money into Liberia. What am I talking about? I'll give you an example. Samson too. Folks, if you read, sometimes you satisfy yourself. There was another article. There was an article that was on, okay. There was an article also yesterday. Why would anybody call me? Okay. There was an article that was also written a day or so ago. So just bear with me. Let me get it. Okay. And that article is exactly any statement. Let me repeat that and hold on to that as I go into the article that I'm going to be reading next. I said, those who supposed to be investing in Liberia to help us out, bring in development, when they see those kinds of stuff, they started questioning not just the writer, but also question those who are responsible to do these kinds of. Did they even bother doing an investigation, or they're just so anxious to get the money? What is the reason? So now, not only do they have doubt, but now they start questioning everyone else that's surrounding that deal. What is your interest? What exactly you're trying to do here? Okay, remember now, it was announced some time ago that the government of Republic of Liberia, when the George Weah-led government administration came to power, they said they didn't have money. So people are watching, and that's exactly what I'm getting ready to tell you now. Okay, just bear with. This article is from how do you call it? From Daily Observer. Daily Observer. Okay, and this is an article that was written by Daily Observer, of course, and let me get that page, and then I will also read you another article that I thought was wasn't in place. If I can come up with this, I thought I have it saved. Wow, what happened? Okay, bear with me. Bear with me. It's very important. I'm gonna bring it up. Okay, maybe not this page. Okay, right here. Let's see. Okay, bear with me. I want to have. What do you expect? I'm in my house. You think I got laptop and everything all over the place? I got monitor all over. So if you can't bear with me, you think the situation or whatever it is getting too long, you want to leave. That's fine. But the article is called written from Data Observer. Okay, it's called Scorecard Critical for Government of Liberia to Secure Another MCC Loan, Millennium Challenge Corporation Loan. Interesting. And before I read that, let me put some picture up and perhaps you'll see what I'm talking about. Just watch the picture. I told you before that I'm not too sure if this is deja vu. We've been here before, but what is happening? Here are the pictures. These are the people. The guy on the left, there's two President Weah, Jonathan Nash, and Money Captain. Folks, I told you, if we see something that we think and that is happening, we don't bring it up, then it's not something good. While I'm at it, let me put this thing down and tell you something else quickly. Quite recently, there was an article that was written by Benedict Wise. And those of you that from Liberia that grew up in the 70s, 80s, you most likely know who Benedict Wise is. Call him Mama Musa. Very highly educated. He can write. He wrote an article about Emmanuel Shah, someone who I said is one of the advisors to President Weah. And in that article, he told people, he said, what's his name? Emmanuel Shah is back again. Then he went, how Emmanuel Shah got involved with all these presidents. I believe from Tubman, Tubber, Doe, Taylor, everybody else. And here he is again. In fact, he also went in an article that he wrote that Emmanuel Shah sued the Republic of Liberia about some money, some corporation that he put in place during Doe time, and when the war came, he was not able to get back his money, so he sued the government of the Republic of Liberia, knowing fully well there's not even a good government. They quote in Europe awarded him some money, so he took the plane, the Liberian plane, according to the article that was there. They awarded him the plane. I believe he sold the plane. Whatever but according to the article, he took the plane. They say in Mario Shana. And then he came during following while that situation was not settled. He came to Washington, D.C. I mean, in America, in New York, and sue again. But this time, what he didn't realize was that there were some sophisticated young people at the embassy, and they challenged him. He couldn't produce much documents, so they said, "Don't come back here again." So he never went through with the case, according to the article. This is a man that is also advising President Weah. In fact, people believe that he's one of the persons responsible to actually get President Weah and those who are involved to go for this loan situation. Now, I'm not too sure how credible that information is. I got it. I pass it on to you. It's your to make a judgment. But the people that I have up here, Jonathan Nash and Monitor Captain. Jonathan Nash is the CEO of Millennium Challenge Corporation of the United States of America. If you do Google on that, folks, this is serious. This is serious. And if we don't take it seriously, it's going to affect us. These people give grant. These people are responsible for the grant going to Liberia for LEC. It's a very serious business. This guy was in Monrovia 2 or 3 days ago to have a conversation with the president. Basically to say Liberia is not up to task, has not met their whatever target is set. And Liberia, if it's not going to pass those targets that is set, they might not have the renewal capability to be able to get that kind of money. I think 270 some more $1 million. You say, well, but that's small money compared to $536 million. That's small money. No, the money is set aside. Those who are involved. Okay, let me read this article, and hopefully I'm gonna read a little bit of it. Jonathan Knight, Chief Operation Officer of the CEO or COO or whatever of the Millennium Challenge Corporation, who had a high-level delegation of the corporation to Liberia, told journalists that Liberia to be certified for another compact, the country must pass the indicators to a certain extent. And they listed the indicator. I want you to go and read it as well. They listed those indicators. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and read the whole thing. But those the actors themselves, let's look at them. Let's look at them. And please spare me country concord business here. I'm not into that. I'm long past that. As far as I'm concerned, there's no concord, there's no country. If we fail, we all fail as Liberia. If Liberia go down the drain, we all go down the drain as Liberia. Forget who Gio Crown, forget those kinds of nonsense. We speak the dialect because this is where we were born. But that does not negate the fact that we're all Liberians. So please spare me that. Don't even mention it because I don't want to go there. So let's go to the Bright. Used to be with Charles Stiller. I'm not too sure what his position was, but most of you know. Imaya Shah, I told you already. Monitor Captain used to be the foreign minister under Charles Stiller administration. I believe was from 1997 to 2003. He's also now the executive officer of the Millennium Challenge Corporation account of Liberia. He's running that. We got Tom Woyu on trial. Folks, this thing is deeper. This thing is deeper. It's deeper. You got the American. I'm not too sure what their connection with the State Department is. But this guy, when he speak, they listen. You got them selecting Monument Captain, who used to be Foreign Minister, Honor Taylor, to run an account belonging to this prestige institution. Yet, they have Tom Woyu on trial. It's deeper. Okay? Now, I'm not telling you the man did this, he did that. That's not my concern. That's fine. Okay, you say, well, Tom Woyu used to be a defense minister. That's fine. He was also foreign minister, making sure that Taylor government survived in the eyes of the international community. So maybe he has a clean record. He didn't do anything. That's fine, my brother. We love you. But what I want you to do, I'm just putting that in there as the mix of the brewing of this liquor these people are brewing again. I want you to look at it. I want you to take a look at it. The brewing stuff again. President Weah, he's very sophisticated. And I hope its sophistication going to stand up. Among these people say, no, we're not going to be. First thing is this. We appreciate your help. We will continue to count on you. But here in Liberia, I'm in charge. I hope that will come to play. Hold on, folks. Samson To. Samson To, Liberian Pub Radio. What's your name and where you're calling from? Okay. Yeah, can you, I don't have you on yet. Can you wait until I open the line, sir? Thank you. Okay. All right. So, okay, let's go back. So, now, oh, my studio falling apart. So, anyway, go and read our article. Okay. Monitor Captain now is managing the account. I have some documents here. They listed things in the management procedure so clean that in order for you to participate in this program, you have to stand above board. And my thing is for American to select this man to organize and operate the Liberia account, that means he's clean. Because I doubt it if the American will put somebody who have a tainted record, especially human rights record, to manage the affair of the Liberia Millennium Challenge Corporation account Liberia. But that's not the main thing that I'm talking about tonight. We got on one hand Imaya Shah and Bright. They're all connected. Go up and count down. They're connected with this loan. I'm not saying in a corrupt manner. No, two different things. Advising the president, they see reason to get this money because it will be good for our people. They could be very sincere, even though they might have bad record in the past, but this time they're very sincere. That's possible. That's possible. We're not going to discard that. We have now, on the other hand, Manima Captain. These people are telling the president and the Republic of Liberia that in order for you to get this money, to continue to get this money, that is going to be responsible to bring electricity to the citizens of Monrovia, you have to meet certain criteria that are set by this company and by this corporation. And so far, the reason why he went there, he said, to have a conversation with the president, that it seemed like the Liberian government is not meeting those criteria. They're not going through them. So there's a great possibility that they might not get it. Now, folks, you want to crucify me? So be it. I'm not going to worry about who's going to say what and who's going to do what. That's not my concern. I'll say as I see it. And like I said, I'm not, it doesn't mean that I'm correct all the times, but I have confidence in my own ability to be truthful. So I'm not worried about it. As long as I know what I'm saying is true, I'm not worried about it. Okay? So now, why my stuff is keep, Samson, come on, put it together. Okay, but the point now is this. These, what I consider two forces, I'm hoping that they're working together, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Because this one loan, this almost $1 billion loan, most Liberians, now you're going to consider them educated, whatever you want to consider, but most Liberians are not quite on board with it, because other Liberians are accusing the administration of trying to get the money bypassing the laws of the Republic of Liberia. Now these people, if you go on their page, they're all over West Africa. They're all over, in fact, Jonathan Nash, Africa, that's his group, Africa, Asia, and I think the Pacific. So that's the area. So Liberia is not the only client. But the most important thing, you don't want to lose your place when these people have you on the list. Because if they drop you, for them to put you back on the list, you have to do something extraordinary. Are we prepared for that? This Millennium Corporation Group, they've been with us. What is happening, folks? Why? What exactly is happening? Why are they not encouraged? The fact that we're not just hanging on to their 270 some more $1 million. We have close to $1 billion now. Are they not encouraged to say, well, we appreciate what you guys did, because by you going out to get more money, we don't have to worry much, because we know now that our money that is targeting the roads and the electricity will be utilized for that purpose. Why aren't they saying that? Why out of a sudden the chief himself coming to Monrovia to warn us? What exactly is the target that they have that we're not meeting? They listed them. And why are we not meeting those targets? Folks, we must not fool ourselves. The Chinese, the Japanese, they're not our daily bread, folks. Most of the folks in Liberia that are being educated right now based on the standard here in America. If you find in the diaspora, you have more Liberian in America than any other country in the world. I could be wrong. But if these people, if they're coming out to warn us, and then we're not paying attention, what other interesting thing happened? While this guy was there in Liberia, the mayor of the city of Monrovia decided to, you see, these are some of the things I'm talking about. You would think if we want to do our dirty deed among ourselves, we will wait until stranger then leave, then we'll come out. Why this guy was there? The mayor, city of Monrovia, decided to take on the critic of the president. And it wasn't a decent speech at all. I mean, he didn't insult, but he tended to be condescending to those who have the right and are exercising their right to criticize. It was very condescending. And I bet you this guy paying attention as well. So, oh, these are some of the we say you guys are not meeting certain criteria. And here is this man working, telling people say they have no business doing this and that. What is the interest? What are these people saying that is so detrimental to the government survival that they're going to be treated this way, be talked to like that? Because why? We were not paying attention. The deja vu issue that I'm talking about is this. And I'll just touch on a little bit. And I told you from the beginning that I'm not a victim. In fact, I think I'm very grateful for my own relative participation. Okay, that's all that I can say on that. However, after the coup, the so-called elite, educated, that we consider educated people, they brought them the door, because door people were not educated. I mean, you know that. I mean, there's nobody fooling anyone here this afternoon. So they brought these people in to help them manage the affair of the country. I left. I came over a year later when I went back to Liberia. My relative, when I left, at that time when I left, I was reading a book about Idi Amin, how Idi Amin was killing his own government officials just so that getting rid of people and things like that. And then my relative would come to me. What he said, then I would read it. When I left, this young man was about 6th grade student or something like that. When I went back, he was listening to Malcolm X recording. he was listening to Dr. King recording from this man. His only government involvement critics was something that he has done in total. Now he was able to quote these people. I felt like, what happened? Yeah, I understand he's up there now. I'm not too sure if he's educated, but he can put himself to this position. How did he get there? And then I find out these educated people that they have around them split themselves. Certain group align themselves with Doe, and certain group align themselves with the rest of the people, and they started teaching them. And the infighting started. And I made that point. I made that point long time ago. Says what? Because we were in a house having some conversation, and because I'm coming from America, so apparently when you come from America, they think you know something. I don't know nothing. And when I came to America, all I did was just play football. I don't even think about school. But they thought I know something. So he started quoting Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. You know, he started telling me how Malcolm X went to Saudi Arabia. We from Total. Who do you ever heard about Saudi Arabia? How did you know this? He started telling me. And then I knew right away. I said, no, this is not going to end right. But here again, Monitor Captain and this Millennium guy, one side warning the Republic of Liberia to say you have to meet a specific target. Are they saying that because Emmanuel Shah and Bright on one side talking to Mr. Weah, are they missing something? Interesting. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. It's going to be interesting. I truly believe it's going to be a bumpy road. We're going to get there, though. We're not going to fail. Because I don't think President Weah will allow himself to be somehow manipulated by people which then will result into failure. I don't believe that. But it's going to be a bumpy road. If what I'm hearing and what I'm reading, if it continues. Because what's his name? Ronnie Shea, and if people they're not going away, they're going to do investigative journalism. And they're going to write. What I said before is this. The foreigners, because we must have, we have all the natural resources in Liberia, but we need foreign investment. Now you tell me, if you are somebody on Wall Street from Liberia and doing good and you know a lot of investors, you will want the investor to start to go to Liberia and go invest right now as we speak. With all these things that you're reading and hearing about. So this is a critical time for all of us, my opinion. So those of you that continue to use the media, Facebook and public media and degrading each other, enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Instead of you to use this opportunity to educate our brothers and sisters, whatever education process you have, whatever little thing you know, they will need it. Because if one person fails in Liberia, we all fail. Go up and down. When the road going to Grand Union County, when there's colored people from Grand Union County can't come, it affects a lot of us. It affects people in Monrovia as well. So we're connected. So if we continue to not respect each other, we continue to insult each other. If people will pass behind our bike, and before you know, you have no control. We've seen it before. It happened before. It's not like it's not possible. You saw it. You saw it. Okay? the forces. We pray that our president is able to stand up, because people, and this I'm not going to hide, I truly believe there are those who are supposed to be talking to the president and they're not telling him the truth. And the sad thing is he trusts these people. I'll give you an example. I'm not going to call name. I'll just throw it out there. But most of the people that are running the government right now, you tell me what kind of houses they had before they got into the government. What were they living? Do they own property before they got in the government? Most of them, just like me, were here, went to Liberia. In fact, some of them, rumor has it, some of them were sharing rooms. Some ministers were 2, 3 were living together. In other words, they don't have money. Now, that doesn't mean that because they're going to borrow the money, they're going to steal it. That's not what I'm saying. Two different things. Please, don't take me that route. The point here is this. They don't have money. They got in there to sacrifice. But if we continue to insult each other and push these people away, there are those who are sophisticated. They bend that route before they know they in and out. They say, come to me. I will help you. They're not helping them for nothing. They're helping them for their own interest. And here's the funny thing about it, that perhaps you probably don't know. I know you know it. I'm just being facetious, but I'll just say it anyway. These people were elected. The government Republic of Liberia, duly elected. You can't dislodge them unless you go through electoral process. You can't push anybody out of that government. You say impeachment. Who are you going to impeach? Where? In Liberia? Why are we doing this? If you truly believe that the government of Republic of Liberia is not doing something that is right, violating the code of conduct, violating all of laws that are set in place, and you're going to go on air with demand these people to declare their assets. Who are you to demand? You don't demand. If you believe the same rule of law that you're arguing for, we got the court system in Liberia, my brother. Why can't you utilize that? By you going to court as a civil society group, and the court say you have a standing, and you go to court, that's also strengthening the court system. You saw what happened during the election. The Supreme Court got involved, and the Supreme Court legally put Liberia on the map of all the legal issues. The people in the world respected Liberia. Now we go in the street, people fighting, throwing blow because of the argument. Everybody, let's go to court. Let's go to Supreme Court. Because what? They have faith in the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court came through. And everybody respected the ruling. If you feel this government that has been elected, if you feel that they are violating the rules that are on the books, take the government to court. If you truly believe you have a standing, take the government to court. You're not a journalist. People like Ronnie Shea, yeah, they have the right. That's their duty. It is expected of them to do these kinds of investigation. You know how many dollars they pay to send people to Hong Kong? I didn't hear the last time they did. I didn't hear say the other people pay them, get them money for them to go there. They did those things to bring those information to us. But instead of us utilizing those information correctly, we're trying to skew it to benefit us. I told you guys the last time, I'll repeat it again. Those of us that consider ourselves Facebook, whatever you want to call us, we have to be very careful how we align ourselves with certain group. I'll tell you again. There are certain group that will come towards you because they agree with your view. And they will argue along with you because they believe in your view. That's one set. There's another set that will come towards you. They don't agree with your view. They don't even like you. But the mere fact that you oppose something they themselves oppose, they come to you and utilize you to get to that. And after that objective is attained, they leave you alone. The second set. The third set, there are those that will use you, thinking you believing that they're supporting you. But in the meantime, they give you information that will make you look like you're so ridiculous you don't know what you're talking about. Because they stand for nothing. So you have to be very careful. While we go on social media cussing people, cussing they want more, what are you going to get out of it? Nothing. You can't keep up within the next 6 years. You're going to get tired. I told you before, to cuss, you have to put yourself in a specific position to cuss. You can't be smiling and cussing. Maybe if you're drunk. But if you're not and you're serious, it takes some emotional point, emotional aspect, emotional, whatever you want to call it, that will take you to that point to cuss somebody. And then when you're done, you have to wind yourself down so that you will be to a level that you used to be before, because that's an acceptable level. It takes some time. When you finish, start drinking water. Most of you, sometimes you develop headache. For what? All because you don't agree about a policy. Every one of us are going on the same route, trying to achieve the same thing. However, we are a diverse people. And so our view will be diverse. Why can't we accept it? Accept it. Accept it. The election is over. If our brother people like the mayor come out and try to challenge some of us that consider ourselves critics or whatever you want to call us, and try to challenge, it is our duty, and it should be our duty to point it out. There was an article from Facebook today, I think today or yesterday, written by Cully, Cully. He took the young man to task. Said, "What are you wasting your time criticizing people that instead of you to pay attention to the filth and the dirt and the stinks in Monrovia, instead of you pay attention to you there having press conference, wasting people's time and people's resources." That's how you approach that. Because that's the truth. That's the truth. The time you take to defend. Why will you even allow credit to put you on the defense? Because once they put you in the defense, you can't be. How many times you see people, except for Mourinho, of the man that coaching Manchester United now? He usually play with defense, sometimes tie. But how many times you see people play defense and win a game? And you say you're working with the president who's an offensive-minded president. Man, you're killing a young man, man. Please. Please. He's an offensive-minded person. And then you're going to play defense? Because by you defending, they come more and make things up for you to defend more. You waste your time. And that's what Collie pointed out to the mayor. Say instead of you to sit down there and talk about playing things, how you going to clean the city. The city have 1.1 million people. Instead of you to sit down and clean it, you're there having press conference, defending things that perhaps are not even true. Folks, this is Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Usually, by this time, we're talking about roads and road construction. But I thought that I'd throw this out here this afternoon, on this Friday afternoon, because it's very important. It's very important to all of us. Because what will happen, I told you before, in my country, total area, if you're walking somewhere, something by you in the night, and not even in the day, when you come in there, you get closer, you say, yeah, well, yeah, they already something bit me, I better be careful. No, I'm not going to do. I have a document. I wanted to show you, but I will not do that because it's a confidential document. The Millennium Challenge Corporation. Go do research. First, just type in who are those that are connected with this corporation. I'm not too sure if you do Google and put it in, and you see how much State Department people. So I'm not too sure if they're working for State Department or exactly what their function and their role with respect to the American government. I don't know. But you cannot win against American government, especially us Liberian, because this is where our bread and butter is supposed to come from. I'm not saying when they say jump, you say hi. No. You have to stand your ground. I respect that. But what exactly got these people to say we're not meeting the goal set for the corporation to continue to assist us, especially electricity? And the money that was borrowed, electrical system, because the government will depend on this Millennium Challenge Corporation for the electricity. So they didn't put electrical issue in there. I didn't see if it's there. I don't know. But I never saw it. All they talk about is road. So folks, I thought I'd bring that up this evening. I know I didn't read the whole article, but I want you to go there and read it. Read or two articles. And then just go what I'm saying here. Try to see who's advising the president. And what were their roles before? These are not Johnny come lately. These people have been involved in the Liberian conflict before. They're not strangers. So are they coming back again with those kinds of notion that we will divide and conquer? Is that what they're going to do again? Why can't we be careful? It's very important. Very important. Let's question. Questioning does not mean you're being disrespectful. Questioning does not mean you're being critical of the issue. Questioning means you don't understand and you want some clarity. Clarification from certain people is needed at this time. But if we don't do that, I'm going to continue to have my show. I will have good time. Okay? Because our brothers and sisters, from what I'm seeing so far, I could be wrong. Those who, here's a thing here. We've gone through it before. Oh, we try advising the man. You don't listen to people. They come in. They will come out and say, we try advising the president, but you don't listen to people. We've gone through that before. If the president is not listening to you, why will you be an advisor for over 4 or 5 years? And then when things start falling apart, then you expect us to believe that you tried and the man wasn't listening. We come into that again. And I hope the president, not to get rid of people, that's not the intent. I told you guys some days ago that CDC and the coalition, they have constituents. And they have to make sure the base is certified. That also we have to accept. They have a base. They have to certify their base. They can't neglect their base. You have to accept that. And then people say, oh, they're just picking nepotism. No. I don't see it like that. The way I see it is these people have people that were walking in the mud for them to win an election. The election is won. Now, I'm not saying that they should go and pay the people, but these are the foot soldiers. They have to make sure, because the election is coming again. How old is President Weah? Don't you think he's going to try to go again? And you want him to discard his base? Because you have issue with code of conduct? Take him to court. Because here's the thing. If you take him to court. If you take him to court, not only are you challenging the government of the Republic of Liberia, but you're also challenging the court to see if they will do the right thing. And if anybody in the law-making body, of course, there's three separate government. We have lawmakers, executive, and the judiciary. So they're supposed to stay out of each other, but at the same time, they're supposed to be looking at each other too. So the Supreme Court can come out, look, your lawmaker, you want something, some kind of law, you pass the law and make it clear. Don't give us the ambiguous law and you expect me to accept it. I strike it down. Go back and do it again. That's how democracy become heavy. And that's why the people like me, the liberal progressive, will truly, truly flourish. And I will enjoy it. Folks, I'm going to go ahead and open the line. And folks, the people that called me earlier, give me a call. I think I like my numbers because usually usually if you're talking something, you get 200, 300, 400 people. You're not there. For me, the way I've been seeing it lately, it doesn't mean that you're doing good. Because if I were to get on here, somebody this and that person this, you see the number start raise my number, boom, start going up. But that's not what I do. I go into these what I consider intellectual conversation. Those that want to stay will stay. Those that don't want to stay, that perhaps feel this is not their type of conversation, they're free to go as well. And I appreciate that. But I will continue to do what I have to do and talk about things that I know are going to benefit all of us if we do it right. Okay? Folks, this is Samson. So here's my number. Give me a call. I'm going to go ahead and switch the monitoring system now. So I'll take the phone and do this. I'm no longer on Facebook with my phone. Give me a call, 916. I hope this one here, people will be able to call me this time around because this is not about engineering. So give me a call, Samson to Liberian Public Radio, and let's have a conversation. I'm not going to be here that long tonight. It's Friday night. Look, I got place somewhere to go. I got nowhere to go. I went later. I work all day. I'm tired. Come here. Give me a call. 916-533-2048. Tell me what do you think. If I'm saying, if it's not something that perhaps I need to worry about. And then he said, Mr. Toe, you worried for nothing. You worry, say, who cares? That's okay. At least I say it. Mr. Soul, you were calling me earlier. Give me a call. Samson Toe, Liberian Public Radio. Oh. Okay. Welcome, Mr. Superintendent. We hope you will be our guest here on Liberian Public Radio so that people will be questioning. If I have the opportunity, why are you building road? The first question I will ask is, why are you building road in the middle of a rainy season? That's the first question I will ask. Not so much about that. But anyway, okay. Let's take this. Folks, Samson to Liberian Public Radio. Hello, Samson to Mr. So. What's on your mind, sir? Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening. We just want to bring this news here to it, and as we're just explaining, hopefully it's on Sunday. As you know, this issue as it relates to the government loan is being raised a lot of concerns and ordinary Nigerians. As you saw the video that surfaced today, Al-Fadika visited Hong Kong in search to find out the truth on those that are going to be providing the loans. We have concluded with him, hopefully, based on the agreement we know for now. He will be appearing on the LPR this Sunday, Freedom Watch.
Who's going to be appearing? Did you say who's going to be appearing?
Al-Fadika.
Okay.
Al-Fadika. is one of the talk show hosts here in the diaspora based in Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
Visited Hong Kong in search to find out the existence of this company, Elton, that will be will be or providing the loan for the government of Liberia. And according to the videos that we have seen surface, that company, the offices, the address, they never existed. There are other companies that have been in our buildings for the last 10 years. Mr. Fadika will be appearing on LPR this Sunday, where we will be able to get an in-depth of business, who sponsor the trip, and how they come to the conclusion to go out on the search to find out the details that will be tragic person. And just also developing the superintendent of Angela County, Superintendent Kai Fale, will arrive in the 6th tomorrow at 4 Day. According to Putu Apollo Association's national president, just confirmed that he will be honoring the Putu Apollo National Convention expected to take place. It kicks off as of tonight, as a matter of fact, in the Bay State of Worcester, Massachusetts. And Superintendent Fale is expected to be the keynote speaker, as you know, he's a son of the Putu district of Angela County. Where Madam Edith Fouad, the former national vice president of EGAA, will also be in attendance, and Sloan has been allotted for the special remarks. And the issues of the Burkina Faso seem to be undone. Now, my own town, community town leader, Singali Kanye, has been suspended for allowing Burkina Faso across the African borders to residents in P.I. Joseph without the authorities being informed. According to him, we did a follow-up that they have come for contract, and if it is contract, why should they be allowed to stay in the town? And they should just go from across the border, come do their work and go. For the PS that they were stationed in the town, and the government has raised a concern, ordinary citizens in the district were not satisfied with these Burkina Faso, and the superintendent has followed an investigation. So now the town chief or head of the town has been suspended for time indefinite. According to our colleague from Smart Radio Tag, if a beautiful, he will also be on to bring us those developments. This Sunday as I return live on the of the bridges.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. So. We appreciate that information. Definitely will encourage people to tune into your show, so that at least that type of information will be passed on to them. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Folks, Samson told somebody was calling me earlier. Give me a call. Just make sure when you call and somebody is already on the line, it's going to be difficult to get the call. But give me a call, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. Like I said, I'm not going to be here that long tonight. But, before you call me, hold on. How do we do the thing here? Hold on. Folks, give me about 1 minute or so. Let me do a commercial here. Quick commercial. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Quick commercial. I don't want people calling me today. Why you play the commercial? I'm playing the Samson to.
Ozana bata wo ayeye. Nyakeye zanyon bata wo ayeye. Sigo. Ewo. Delia boglalu mo we yo panya o. Banja lo ye ta je boke ayene. When you get your mind wo. I draw. Mose we do se pongwa onye lo ye daje bo gbedu ananya modo gbedu obo daje bo yoyo adije baba bata o ayeye ozo sanya manole o ale yadai mwamuda o jesi o aine zena wo wo de onyo ba wenyo de aja ya jasu e to wa ja se bo pere jasu to wa ja lu e de lo yin asu wa jasu when you be your man wa baba o sana bata wo ayeye
Okay, give me a call 916-533-2048. Okay, folks. Next week, we will go back to our usual conversation. about the road. But here's the thing about this road business myself. What is really paining me right now is this. I put my lecture and things like that together, but every time that I ready to do that, I have come up with these. I've made this type of thing that are wasting my time. Because what good would it do for me to explain to you what the road business is all about when we are not even sure if we're going to get it loan? Number one. Secondly, what good would it do if I see these things coming? I say, I don't need to talk about it, but I know very well what these things is going to go. So it's slowing me down, but I'll do my best. I'll do my best. We just want to make sure all of you get this information. Now, let me say this again. Because it comes from me, it doesn't mean that's true. For me, I'm telling you the truth. What I say is true. But don't just take it and run to the bank with it. Do your own homework. Go and read those two articles that I talk about. One on front page, the other one Daily Observer. And in fact, here's some of the things that you do, some that I do. When I'm reading a thing and I find somebody's name is mentioned that I don't know it, I copy that name and put it in Google and say, who is this person? Eventually, you will find out more information. Because again, if this president fail, God forbid, we'll all fail. He's our president. We have to accept it. There's nothing, no two-way street about it. Oh, I'll put number up. I'm talking plenty of that, no number. Okay, that is number. Okay, on a very serious note, he's our president. He was elected 60-something%. That's more than 50. Okay, so what you want to do? But you go opposition. That's your job. You're gonna have to oppose. But please find something to oppose. Not every little thing. Yes, what we're gonna understand. All of you guys are crowd of boys. You have to know that. And so for me, I keep saying it. I said nothing this government will do that will satisfy crowd of boys. They will say, no, I can do better until they get there. But what I think the president and his people need to do is not to ignore. Okay? But what they could do is do not what the mayor did some time ago, 2 or 3 days ago, where you're gonna have a press conference, attract people attention, international community attention, and then you're gonna come and be so condescending to your brothers and sisters because they're criticizing you. You criticize me. Look at it this way. What is it? What are they criticizing? Are they criticizing because I can snow at night? Or are they criticizing because my spoon that I take my rice with is too big? Or are they criticizing because when I go to work, I come home, then I want to be on TV? No. They're criticizing because there's certain things they think I'm not doing that will benefit the people. It is their right. They are Liberian citizens. If they feel certain things are not correct, it is their right to open their mouth. Don't tell them not to say anything. Or if they're going to say something that hopefully will be positive. You don't determine that. Let your work speak for itself. When you're doing good, look at the thing Colin said about you. Say you're having a press conference, you're wasting people's time. So you pay attention to the filth and the dirt in Monrovia. You're there having press conference talking about what people say, what people say. You're defending the president at your job now. He's also a crowd boy. So he knows you. You guys know each other. You think they will let them run them over? They're not going to sit by and let you run them over. They're not going to happen. You do that, they double their strength. And what do we go to? People who want to invest in the city of Monrovia. Yeah, I want to invest, but the city mayor here, the people making flour. But tomorrow again, you'll come back again. They're going to take more. Then tomorrow again, you come back again. People are watching. First of all, people think you're too young. They don't think you're able to handle the city of Monrovia. I'm one of those. But so far, you're doing good. you don't need to reply to every little critic from San Jacinto. Let San Jacinto and LPR sit down one place. Let them go find a place to sit down. You do your job. Don't worry about what San Jacinto and LPR say, but you do your job. And let your job speak for themselves. Sooner or later, people say, but when I'm San Jacinto, I mean, you drinking water in your nose? What's wrong with you? That people speaking for you. You're not even saying that. Jefferson Kojo over there, look at the city. It's clean. All the crime rate in Monterey is down. The armed robbery and thing that have been taking. What are you talking about? Look, I mean, if you find something else, we're not even gonna watch you anymore. People speaking for you because of the work you're doing. That's what experience gives you. When you go to work for the company, especially private company, well, most private companies don't have union to barking for you. Your job, your production rate barking for you. If you produce, the owner will say, oh, the man bringing money in, making me money, I'll give him raise. That's what this whole thing is about. The president asked you to do a specific job. He didn't ask you to defend him. Why are you stepping all over people's job? How many of you are going to be speaking for the president, defending the president? How many? He's our president too. We too, we love him too. We too, we care for him too. So if we want to cry a little bit on his shoulder, let us cry. Jefferson, stay out of our business. Samson told LIBERIA. I love it when I do that. I told you guys the history between Jefferson and myself, right? I told you guys the last time. I mean, not a big. You even know me. I don't know you. You don't even know me either. But when I was there too, then because the kind of I've always felt that. When during the campaign, he used to be the chairman of the youth wing of CDC. But whenever he has a press conference, he always sounding like he's more educated than the people he's talking to. He always sound like his voice is louder than the people he's talking to. Talk over people's head. And so that day when I had the opportunity, when I went to CDC headquarters, after Monoba finished speaking, he was speaking, I started leaving the security. Well, you're not going to listen to it. I said, no, I got to go. Because I don't want to listen to him. Now I feel bad because that's something perhaps he said that day, perhaps LPR could have carried live. I let my own bias took over, which is not necessary, which was not right. But those are the kind of thing you do. You turn people off. With the type of engagement you do, you turn people off. Okay? All right. Well, maybe people don't want to call tonight. That's fine, though. All right. So let me get out of here. Yeah, my son knocking to my door now. So I'm going to be getting out of here. Folks, this is Samson Told LIBERIA Public Radio. I'm gonna try my best. I'm not guaranteeing nothing. I'll do my best to come on tomorrow morning, but I'm not too sure. I will do my best because sometimes you go to bed and then early in the morning the football game then come on. You watch over here in the East Coast. We got 3 hours in between. When it's 6 in the morning over there, it's 3 a.m. here. So I usually when I get up and start watching the ball, so I say, oh, let me go back just before you look the times over. So, before I leave you, I'll say this again. Please go and read these 2 articles. They're very critical. And see if our president is not between scissors. And when you're reading, I know those of you that have a curious mind, which want to go deeper into the MCC business, and just type MCC, Millennium Challenge Corporation, and you'll see they'll say United States, and go in there and just do image, and you will see the people that are always in their meeting. Condoleezza Rice, okay, former senator, former Secretary of State, what's his name? I'm not forgetting his name, but anyway, he's also there. Mike Pompeo is there. Okay, all of the people that you know that can help money people, they're part of this program. So apparently, they started feeling the wind. What if man can't get any kind of money, and these people don't even have, the people start reading too. Okay, go tell the people they need to put their act together. Okay. All right, enough, folks. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. Let me do a little dancing here before I leave. If you don't have to be anywhere tonight, we thank you very much for staying with us. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Friday afternoon. Please tune in Sunday with Mr. Soul, because he will give us some beautiful, beautiful news. Samson, so let me dance a little bit before I go. You guys are my brothers and sisters. Why can't I come here and make a fool out of myself? What's wrong with that? I'm going to go to South Africa and make a fool out of myself. I come here right before Liberians to make a fool out of myself. Okay, let me just tell you a little bit about his song. What his song saying, because most of you probably don't understand. This is crowd music, and he's saying, God, hold a touch for us at night so we can see. Only you, God, that can hold a touch for us to see. We're blind. We can't see at night. Only through your touch. This touch that you have, this light you're shining for us, will make us to see the way. Ah, yes. Now you know the meaning. Let's rock it with the beat. Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. still, folks.
Mon amant, hey hey mon amant, hey hey mon amant. Ateito, ateito, ateito. Na lukio na katia Kinshasa mobimba mama e. Na bani na foire fikine. Na koti na sine pala jume, na koti na raki. Na koti na sine palace, na koti na Bellevue, na leki na tipekae, na koti na N2. Ateito, 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 ateito mon amour. Hey, hey, mon amant, maman, mon amant. Hey, hey, mon amant. Zame aneito, na lingio, mama aneito. Hey, hey, mon amant. Mama aneito, na ponio, mama aneito. Hey, hey, mon amant. Janine amelo, na lingio, mama amelo. Hey, hey, mon amant. Elongi na yo ekati me monte manga na kolela. Hey, hey, mon amant. Loposo na yo esilisinga mayelenga na kolela. Hey, hey, mon amant. Zame aneito, na lingio, mama aneito. Hey, hey, mon amant. Zame aneito, na ponio, mama aneito. Hey, hey, mon amant. Janine amelo, na lingio, mama aneito. Hey, hey, mon amant.